What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're going to be doing a pretty quick review. We're going to be talking about the Savage BA Stealth. This one is in 6.5 Creedmoor. I do have around 650 rounds through this gun. Most of that was because I took a precision rifle class with this, and we shot about 400 rounds with this rifle in that class by itself. After that, I've taken it out a little bit, but in the class, I took it out to 500 yards. In my personal shooting, 300 was the most, but usually shot around 100. I shot Hornady, usually 120 grain, I believe, 6.5 Creedmoor. As far as reliability goes, it was great, but it is a bolt action, and I was using premium ammo, so I would expect not to have any real problems. The bolt isn't quite as easy to open and close. Get my duct tape out of the way, as some other rifles that I've used, like a Tikka, for example, but it's still super smooth regardless, as long as you have the fin of my Trijicon scope out of the way, because during the class, I did cut myself a few times on the fin, trying to run the bolt super fast. For the most part, it's super smooth and it locks up really nice. It's just not quite as smooth as maybe a super custom rifle or something like a Tikka. The price is right around $1,000. It competes with something like the Ruger Precision Rifle pretty adequately in all categories, but that's kind of the price point you're looking at. A little bit more than normal bolt action rifles. You're going to get a little bit more features, going to get a little bit more accuracy, a little bit better build quality, but you're not going to be into the Bergara level of quality. One of the reasons why I bought it is I wanted to get into a pistol grip chassis system like this rifle has. I'm used to using traditional stocks, maybe even a McMillan stock, something like that. McMillans are my favorite. I think they look the coolest and I really like how they feel. And honestly, I prefer traditional rifles. Now, is that because I've shot them forever and I just started with these? Probably, right? But for the most part, I do prefer a traditional stock on a bolt action as of right now. It also has the AccuTrigger. It comes with an adjustable Fab Defense stock, which I removed, and I used a Magpul PRS stock. I think this is a Gen 3 maybe, don't quote me on that, but the reason why I used the Flat Dark Earth one is because I just had it laying around, and since I already had one laying around, I didn't feel like buying another one. I just threw this one on there, and the Fab Defense stock is just fine, but I feel like it's a little more at home on something like an AR-15 that you need a cheek piece for, maybe an SPR rifle or a recce rifle. As for a long distance sole precision rifle, something like this, which is 10 pounds plus, and you're basically going to be shooting it prone only, I think an adjustable stock like this just really helps you dive into those long range shots a little bit more. Part of that reason is because if you're going to shoot long range, a lot of it's about being super comfortable, and you want to lay your cheek on the stock. You want to close your eyes, open your eyes, and see that you're still on target. You don't want to have any of your muscular structure holding you into the shot. So a stock like this really helps when you push that distance, or if you want to get those super tight groups. You could carry around with this if you wanted to. Personally, I wouldn't. If I was going to go hunt with this, I would not use this, even though it is 9 pounds. Outfitted, as you see here, I think it's right around 12.5. But a 12.5 pound gun isn't overly heavy to use, but there are 6-pound hunting rifles available. This rifle is a really good way to get into precision shooting and get really good groups downrange and impress your friends without paying too much money. As I said, the price is right around $1,000. Comparatively, you can get custom rifles built anywhere from $1,500 on the very low end, all the way up to $8,000 to $10,000, even $15,000. Mine also came with a Harris notch bipod, which is pretty cool. A Picatinny rail, which is a fairly large investment if you're trying to get one. This doesn't come with the 20 MOA, I don't believe. I think it's just regular. You know, for most people, that's fine. If you're going to go to 1,000, you might want to have some MOA built into that, but still, that's probably a $100 value. The bipod itself was probably another $100 value. Not to mention it has this totally monolithic M-LOK chassis here. One of the things I don't like about the chassis is that I don't think the rail is long enough. Now, I know what they're trying to do there. I know they're trying to make the rail really short to loosen the weight and that kind of thing, but I actually prefer it to be longer, because if I'm ever going to shoot off a barricade, which we did do in the class, you end up having to rest it on the barrel, which can affect accuracy. Not only that, but when you're shooting prone, I like to have my bipod out a little bit further than this chassis allows it. It takes AR-10 muzzle brakes. This doesn't come with a muzzle brake, but I put an M72 on there because they're one of the most effective ones on the market. And on this big bolt gun, it kind of looks cool when you shoot and the dust flies up. It takes Magpul magazines, although I'm not sure what kind of magazine this comes with. If you check out Mr. Guns and Gears video, he talks about the magazines quite a bit. They are MD TAC. I don't know, I use Magpul magazines for the most part, but I grabbed this one because this is the one it's going to come with. Although again, I recommend the Magpul. It has a 24-inch fluted barrel. 308, I think it's a 20-inch, but 24 is pretty standard for 6.5 Creedmoor. You want somewhere between 22 and 26 for optimum performance of this cartridge. This is what the barrel is going to look like. It's fluted as well to save weight, and it also makes it look pretty sharp in my opinion. I like how fluted barrels look. It's got a 3-position safety, as you see right here. So you have it on complete safe, where the trigger and the action won't work, I believe, right? Yep. And then you have it in the middle there, where the trigger still won't work, but the action will function in case you want to eject that round. And then all the way up is going to be everything works just fine, and the trigger will pull. It's got a Hogue pistol grip. If I was going to keep this rifle, I would change this out. So we got price, we got ergonomics, we got reliability. Basically what's left is accuracy, and that's why you buy a rifle like this. Well, this rifle will not disappoint you in the accuracy category. At least mine didn't. I was pretty impressed. For $1,000 for the rifle, you can get them now for even $800 if you look really well. It comes with the pick rail, which is super nice. It comes with the bipod that'll already help you out shooting. All you got to do is add your favorite optic. This one, I think this is a Trijicon AccuPoint. So it did really, really well up to 1,000 yards. You wouldn't want to push past that, but this is a good optic, especially for the price range compared to this rifle, because this optic's right around $600, and it did extremely well. So for $1,600, you can outshoot most people that you'll be on the range with. I can tell you that. This compared to just your standard Remington 700, it's going to kick its ass. But if you get, like I said, in the Bergeras, stuff like that, they are going to shoot a little bit tighter than this, although this did shoot somewhere between 1 MOA and half MOA when I did my part all the time. And I'm not a perfect prone shooter. I've taken a couple of long-range classes, but I would certainly not consider myself white death, so you could definitely do better. I only use off-the-shelf ammo as well. I didn't load my own or anything like that. I just like to buy a bunch of Hornady ammo and just use that, and that's what I did. And it performed extremely well, as accurate or more accurate than most bolt guns that I've owned. I would say it's more accurate than the Savage Long Range Hunter, although that's not much of a surprise because the Long Range Hunter is a little bit lighter with a lighter profile barrel. Now, all in all, is it the best? No, it's definitely not. As I said before, it's right in the middle. It's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst either. For the price range, this or the Ruger Precision Rifle, I would really recommend, especially if you're looking for a chassis system type rifle with a pistol grip stock, the ability to attach the mag. If you've ever had a bolt action rifle that had a detachable magazine, you won't go to ones that don't anymore because it's such a pain in the ass. It comes with the bipod, it comes with threaded barrel, and it comes with the Picatinny rail, so it gets a lot of value there. All in all, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. I mean, the scope is beat up, the rifle is beat up. That's what you get when you're shooting through barricades and doing all kinds of other stuff. But this rifle performed really well for what I wanted. I think in the future, I'm going to get a more traditional style rifle, and I think the next one I'm going to get is probably going to be in 6mm Creedmoor. I'd actually like to try that caliber out. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later. The sun's come out to play.
Mm-hmm.
That does not make my shooting any easier.